Charles from Charles in his world tapping in. Listen, I got this video I'll give you reaction to. E40 breaks down, and I didn't even know this even happened. E40 talks about the beef that him and Biggie had. I didn't even know they. You would think two big brothers. You think they would be, one from. I don't know, but I guess they would. I don't know whether this had anything to do with East and West Coast. We're about to find out, guys. I'm going to play this video and I'll come back with my reaction. Thumbs up, buddy.
Yeah. So anyway, to make a long story short and a short story long, it came to rating me, and from a scale from 1 to 10, you know what that man gave me?
0.
A 0, bro. A 0. I'm a platinum artist at the time. A 0. You feel me?
So you needed to have a conversation?
Well, people knew I was hot, right? So, and my youngins, my little young hyenas, they so sneaky. I didn't even know that they was. I didn't even know on everything. I didn't even know dude had a concert in Sacramento. They called me like 11 at night. Farty, what you want me to do with this nigga? I got this nigga Biggie, and what you want us to do with him?
This story all started off somewhere around 1995. It said that Biggie went and sat down with a journalist and a small crowd of onlookers for a magazine interview, and was asked to rate dozens of his peers who were rappers and producers. It was said that Biggie drunkenly gave his extremely frank assessments of some of these rappers, ranging from Tupac saying, "Pac, get busy. People can't take nothing from him. On the lyrics, he get busy, straight up. That dude got some hard stuff, dog, for real, and it's like the sad thing about it. When he started working on his new album, He's Got Now, out on bail, he had so many raw East Coast producers and stuff. The stuff was sounding real tight, because everybody always says Pac had lyrics, but his beats was back. From then, he went on to Snoop Dogg saying, Snoopy, I like Snoop. I give him like an 8. I like his stuff. And finally, he came up to E40, where he simply said, no rating, 0. I don't mess with Duke at all. At all. E40's goons apparently heard of these comments that Biggie had said and didn't take a kind liking to them. So they then set out a plan to make a hit out on Biggie by trying to catch him at one of his shows and try to gun him down there. Did E40 really give Biggie a pass?
What? They gonna try to shoot him? Jesus.
Actually try to make an attempt on cutting a young star's life short. Biggie was set to be interviewed by a Canadian magazine called Peace Magazine, and was asked to rate some of his peers who were rappers, all from the likes of Tupac, Snoop Dogg, Ice Cube, and many others, who he gave decent ratings to. But seemingly when it came time for him to give a rating to E40, he just said, no rating, 0. I don't mess with Duke at all. At all. After word had got out about what Biggie had said, people who were affiliated with E40 didn't really approve of what he had to say. So supposedly, they tried to set Biggie up by booking a show for him that took place in Sacramento.
Whoa.
But as Biggie and his crew got there, the venue seemed to be quite vacant.
We're in Sacramento to do a show. We get there, it's like a warehouse. And we don't see too many cars, it's a little weird. So we're like, well, I guess the crowd is light tonight. They have a DJ playing. And we're still looking around, we're like, it's not a lot of people here. It's maybe 10, 15 people at the most.
Although there wasn't much people in attendance, Biggie still went up to perform. However, the crowd didn't seem to be feeling him at all, and even went as far as throwing coins at him.
So, Big goes on. He's performing. All of a sudden, they start throwing coins at him. I'm like, yo, what the fuck is that about?
It was around 11 p.m. when he was done performing, so Biggie and his crew headed out to the limousine, but the driver was missing, and immediately after they had noticed this, a group of men began to open their trunks and proceeded to walk up to Biggie and his crew and hold them up at gunpoint.
We head out, get to the back. The limousine is there, but the driver's gone. All of a sudden, you start hearing the trunks of cars opening. Just hear boom, 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 boom. Like, what the hell is that? And you just hear it.
Whoa.
I turn around, I'm like, oh, shit. It's a gang of dudes with guns.
They then frantically argued to Biggie about his comments he said in the magazine interview, and after a short while, they got on the phone with E40 to talk it out.
Now, the limo door was open, so I was able to put Big in there. They come up and they just very irate. That was some bullshit your man said in the newspaper. He did the article about my man. We get ready to get him. I said, you know what? Get that man on the phone. I think that man and Big need to talk.
They getting ready to get him. Jesus Christ.
If they wanted to go,
they even have an opinion.
Go down after that, then so be it. But I think they need to have a conversation because they haven't had a conversation to this point.
You never lose your street mentality if fools want to, you know what I'm saying, step on your soil. You know what I'm saying?
Soil.
If a fool come at you on tape or something, it depends on who it is. I'm going to come back on them. If they're a small fry, I ain't even trying to get at them. But if they got a name for themselves and they call themselves embarrassing me, I'm going to get back at them.
While on the phone call, Bigge was explaining to E40 that...
Yeah, I ain't know E40 got pulled like that. Up there, I guess Oakland. I guess he the man. It was Oakland, right? That's the Bay. He got, wow.
Stuff he said on the...
It's crazy. These commercials. Hold on, guys. Give me 1 second.
Actually liked E40's music.
So they called me and he put me on the phone, say, man, you know, what's happening? You know, what was up with that, you know, situation? Man, they got me real drunk, man, and I just got to saying anything, man, and, you know, and, what else he said? He said, man, Duke, he said, I f with Sprinkle Me, Duke. I rock with Sprinkle Me, Duke. You know what I mean? And I was like, well, I didn't trip. I was like, man, let him. I told him, I said, put my folks on the phone.
After a couple minutes on the phone, they simply squashed their immature beef. And E40 then told his goons to let them go and escort them back to his hotel, where they're also even stayed there until the next morning to make sure no one else messed with him.
He asked the phone back out. I was like, yeah, so what is it, man? He was like, you know what, you was right. Get the phone back to the little dude. I get a phone back. He was pissed. Man, but nah, we got him right here. Oh, come on, man. Man, they ain't going nowhere. We got him. So I guess your boy was just like, listen here, man, let him go. And give old boy the phone back. So he gives me the phone. He said, listen, I'm going to have two of my boys escort y'all back to the hotel. And they're going to stay there until y'all catch the plane in the morning. Because I don't know what any other knuckleheads is going to do to you. Trying to, you know, be on some dick riding shit or just, you know, just trying to get in good graces or whatever. But I'm going to hold you down till you leave my city. And he did that. He made sure we got out of there safely. And for both reasons, for the way that he got us there, because he booked the show himself to make sure he knew where we were going to be and everything. So for the way that he got us, I respect him. And for the way that he took care of us after we resolved the situation, I respect him even more.
A couple weeks later, after the situation had conceded, E40 was with his wife in Las Vegas at the MGM Arena for a Mike Tyson fight when he actually met up with Bigge in person for the first time. They talked for a bit and even took a picture together. Also, E40 was actually supposed to be on Biggie's last album, Life After Death, but due to bad timing issues, he didn't end up on it, but still was managed to get shouted out on the album.
Seen him and Puffy probably a few months later, because this was 95. So I seen him a few months later, probably about a month and a half, 2 months later at the MGM. You know, we took a flick and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? And also, if y'all would look inside of the last album, what was the last album?
Life After Death?
Yeah, because they wanted me on that album. But they had to turn it in, and I was moving around. I don't know what happened. So, but he did shout me out. You know, he said, you know, at that time we would do shout outs in the inside of the albums. Yes, he's like
crazy, man. That is crazy, man. Ugh. Boy, I didn't know E40 had you know, E40 had flex like that. I guess he the man out there. I ain't met. Wow, you gotta really know who you're dealing with when you go into these cities, man. You don't know what kind of who these. You know, you gotta know how to move when you go into these people's city. You don't know what kind of influence they have. That's crazy, man. And you gotta watch what you say too. Anyway, if y'all want to watch any more of these, I got this video from the Chronicles of Hip Hop. Y'all can check it out. Chronicles of Hip Hop. The Chronicles of Hip Hop. Check out their YouTube channel. They got some pretty cool stuff, man. Pretty cool stuff about hip hop. So it's a new up and coming YouTube channel. So check them out. Chronicles Hip Hop guys. What do y'all think about that? E40 pressed Bigge. What y'all think, man? Leave y'all comments. Subscribe to Charles and Israel. Appreciate it.